Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And in this episode, we're going to talk about Rockstar. They're coming out with remakes for Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And it's basically going to be for everything under the sun. PCs, consoles, mobile, Stadia, iOS and Android, anything you can think of, calculators, birth control, whatever it is, it's coming out for it. So, So apparently, even the newer consoles too. So there's not just like, Xbox Ones, it's S's and X's and PlayStation 5s. They're reportedly aiming to release around October to early November for consoles, with PC and mobile possibly slipping into 2022. They are going to be using, the remakes are being created in Unreal Engine and will use a mixture of old and new graphics to replicate the feel of the old games without losing what made them unique. So, interesting. It would be nice to see, Rockstar make Grand Theft Auto 5 remake, but, we can be okay with a Vice City, and a Grand Theft Auto 3 and a San Andreas remake. One of these days we'll get that Grand Theft Auto 5 remake, guys. One of these days. But, so, yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'd rather have newer games or maybe some of their older games, like Manhunt or Bully coming out with a new one or something like that, like a game they haven't made in a long time. I think they have the rights to Max Payne, so like a Max Payne 4 would be awesome, but whatever. Grand Theft Auto remakes. I love Vice City, so that'll give me a chance to go back and play Vice City again. What do you guys think? Shane, what do you think of this?
I'm going to be on the opposite end of the spectrum of Pat here. I'm excited. I am. I bought Grand Theft Auto 3 for PlayStation about 5 months ago. I found it, I bought it, and I was just excited like a little schoolgirl. And I'm just really excited for an updated one, newer graphics. I'm worried about the keeping the feel of the originals. That just means we're probably just going to throw an HD patch on there, and it's going to be like Roblox with, with murder. So I don't know, but I do love my Grand Theft Auto Vice City is one of my absolute favorites. I mean, they had so many freaking stars in there, man. You had Ray Liotta, Burt Reynolds. I'm old because most people that listen to this probably don't understand who the hell those people are, but they were cool. I like it. I like the ideal of it. It is not a Grand Theft Auto 6, and unfortunately, it isn't the Grand Theft Auto 5 remaster we were hoping for, like you said. But hey, there's always next console. So, but what about you, Pat? I mean, I know how you feel about remasters, but these are old-ass games too. So, what do you think?
That's all Rockstar does anymore. They don't know how to make anything original. They're trying to make sure that Grand Theft Auto 5 outlasts the PS5 and the Xbox Series. They're going to. That dang thing has been on everything, and I'm sick and tired of it. It's like I've always looked forward to a Rockstar game, and then I'm like, especially the Grand Theft Auto series. I love it, but I've already played those dang games. I don't want to play them again. My game time is too precious. You can remaster it all you want and stick it up your ass sideways. I don't care. It's out for me. These guys. I'm sorry, but Rockstar has become your grandma. They don't put out anything very often anymore. They're getting too old. They need that cane to carry them through. I mean, dude, they came out with Grand Theft Auto in 2013, and we're still sitting on that game, and they're still talking about updating the graphics and making it better for the new consoles. And I'm like, how about make a new one? You guys are going to hit in 2 years. They're going to be 10 years old. They're wanting to get to that freaking, we've had a game out that's been active for a decade, So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of remakes or remasters, especially remasters and remakes. I can get behind it, but the game has to be like 20 plus years old, So, but the Grand Theft Autos, in my opinion, aren't an experience I need to replay. I remember them. I don't need to redo them because technically, in my opinion, Grand Theft Auto is an amalgamation of all the other ones. Yeah, it's just got cool stories, but it's still the same concept. So I'm out. I will not be participating in the remasters, and I'm probably an outlier in there, but I'm not a big remaster fan just for that concept. I mean, it has to take a great game to do a remaster that I'll go back to. And out of the remasters, I think I've only played a couple of them in the last few years. The Reawakening one that we had played, and then Mass Effect. I'm not a huge remaster fan. It's just not in my cup of tea because I've already played the experience. I don't need it again, even with updated graphics. So I don't know what to say besides Rockstar makes something new. You know, they made Red Dead Redemption 2 after the game came out. And then they put Red Dead Redemption 2 online. So they're just going to milk the hell out of that too, just like they did Grand Theft Auto 5. So Red Dead Redemption online is going to become Grand Theft Auto Online. It's just, do you want to play it in the current world or do you want to play it in the Wild West? Next thing you know, you're going to have Grand Theft Auto, or you're going to have whatever they're going to call it, Red Dead Spaceship Destruction or something, or Destroy All Humans Online, you know, where the aliens are probing you and taking you to space. But it's still Grand Theft Auto. It's just in space. So right now we have Grand Theft Auto Wild Wild West, Grand Theft Auto current timeline. Where's our Grand Theft Auto in the future? So
but
I'm out.
You have to remember one thing, though. I give Rockstar very, very much credit for. What people are playing in Grand Theft Auto right now, 5, is not what they were playing when it launched. They have continuously updated and put out expansions and new things and everything. I mean, they just did a whole tuners thing for, car people. So it's not like, they're sitting on their asses while the game just sits there and ferments. It's, they're doing work with it. Now, granted, I agree with you. I'm done with Grand Theft Auto.
I thought all that stuff was PC mods. None of that stuff's like on the consoles.
Oh, no, it's on console. A lot of those expansions are on console.
They don't have a single expansion, by the way. Grand Theft Auto has no single expansion. They don't even have a single DLC. I don't know what
you want to call it, but it's, there's just more to do. They do it all the time. But
I know they added heists and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I don't
they're
remember
not
them
sitting on their
anything
asses just milking it. They're adding shit and then milking it. So
they're milking it. There's more milk than making.
And that's fine as long as they're doing something. But, Grand Theft Auto is the greatest selling game, I think, of all time, if I remember right. Last I heard, there were like 60 million copies. 60
here's a
freaking
question.
million.
I'll ask each of you, when was the last time you played Grand Theft Auto 5?
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you did? I haven't played it. And like the last time we played it, which was like 2 years ago or some crap like that.
No, I fired it up because of the Series X. I wanted to check out the load times and stuff. And then I found myself, shooting and looting for a little while. So,
I don't remember. It's probably been a couple years since I played it. But, I will let you know, they are coming out with Grand Theft Auto 5 for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in November. So,
holy shit, where do I pre-order?
And according to the article about the Grand Theft Auto remakes, they are thinking about, according to the report, doing a Red Dead Redemption remake.
The original was fantastic, but that one is too soon, I think. My opinion, that one's too soon.
So here's the question, and this will answer it if it's really a money cash grab. If I own it on 360, do I get it on Xbox Series? If I own a digital copy on 360, do I have to buy the copy for Series X? If I do, then we know it's Rockstar up to their typical things and they're just cash grab and money greedy. And so
you probably would on Xbox, but I bet you don't get it on PlayStation.
Why not? It's on PlayStation.
Yes, because PlayStation doesn't do backwards compatibility for shit.
I guess that's right. Yeah, you're right on that. But what if I had it on PS4? And because PlayStation has been doing some of that, but I think they're charging you for the upgraded version.
Yes, yeah, Sony will milk you out of it. Now, that depends on Rockstar and the console. Microsoft has their, what do they call that, Nick? Where they're
Smart delivery.
Smart delivery, yeah. And a lot of developers are going with that on Xbox. But they don't have to either. So that's really up to Rockstar to say, hey, we're going to, let you do this. Or they can say, hey, spread them.
And I love Rockstar games. Don't get me wrong. I love it when they initially release it, but I don't care. I don't give two rats about a remaster or remake. I'm sorry. I don't want to play those games again. I've already played them. I can still remember them in my brain. So they're not that old enough. I haven't played them so long ago that I forgot about them. That's the thing. So they're not worth a remaster, in my opinion. At least I'm not going to pick them up. If they come to Game Pass, I may look at them, but I guarantee I won't even put an hour into any of them because I've already played it. Already went through the story. Don't care again. I don't care to play Red Dead Redemption again. I don't care to play Red Dead Redemption 2 again. I couldn't even finish Red Dead Redemption 2 because it was just more of the same, and it was that. But they were all good. And I bought them, but I'm not going to participate in the remaster because none of their stuff, in my opinion, is old enough for a remaster.
2 was a big miss in my book. There was so many things that I would have accepted a shorter game with that quality because they put too much little stuff in there to care about. And I don't care about a lot of that. I want a good story with my Red Dead. That's why I enjoyed the first one. But Vice City released in 2002. So we're 19 years. So I think it's a good time for it. And honestly, I remember the love I have for the game, but I don't remember the story, in detail of any kind. So I'm okay with a remaster on it, as long as it's not the cash grab remaster where all they do is, throw a little spit on there and, call it good. That's where I get pissed.
Well, they're going to remaster it. All they're going to do is upgrade the graphics engine. They're not reshooting. They're not doing anything. They're not redoing voices. It's not going to be a remake. It's going to be a remaster, which is we're going to take this turd and we're going to make it shiny. And then we're going to say, here you go, buy it again. They're not changing anything in the game. So in my opinion, it ain't worth it to me.
I bet they add a little bit more than spit.
Then it won't be Rockstar
a remaster. Nah, it's not true. I mean,
a remaster is no touching the game.
Yeah, but they can add all the DLC. They can add the stuff they've cut from it. They can, pump up the.
No, they won't
whatever.
take anything they've cut because a remaster is taking the original game, leaving it intact, and beautifying it. It's a beautification. It's not a modification. So
but I think that's reading a little too much.
No, that if they wanted to say they're adding additional content, then it's a remake at that point. And that's the standard. That's the standard not that we set. That's the gaming standard. So a remaster is we are making it today's graphics. That's what they're doing. And yes, they can include the DLCs because that's just a smart thing to do. We're going to give you a package with DLC. But what DLCs? There's no DLCs.
No, so, I mean, that was 20 years ago. Yeah. So, yeah, DLC was pretty much non-existent unless you had it on PC and somebody made their own shit.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is it's going to take it and bring it to today's graphics. That's it. That's all they're going to do. They're not going to change voice acting. They're not going to update any of that because then it becomes a remaster.
Yeah. Well, you mean a remake.
Yeah, sorry. A remake. Yeah. A remaster is just polishing. You're remastering. It's just like taking the Star Wars movie and polishing it up like George Lucas did. And then they decided they're going to remake it and they're going to put Anakin in it and crap.
Oh, God.
So this is going to be our Anakin, guys, because they're going to get it back and they're going to be like, we just polished it. And then you'll be like, how the hell did he get in that game when he was in 5? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm out on that one for me because it just seems like Rockstar's gotten lazy. They're getting too old and long in the tooth. They don't put out anything new anymore.
I'll wait and see on it. I'm excited for it, but I also have enough smarts to wait and see what all they're doing. But it's like Final Fantasy VIII, their remaster. It was prettier. Yeah, you could see Squall's face in the dance scene. He didn't look like a pixel turd. Great. Is that what they're going to do with this one? Are they going to do a little bit more? And but I'm okay for it because it was a great Vice City now. Grand Theft Auto 3, I don't remember near as well as I do Vice City, so I'm excited for that one too. San Andreas can look a butthole. That was the worst fucking game in the series, in my opinion. But it did have
package it all together, so you had to buy them all 3.
The all-star package, but it did. San Andreas had Danny Trejo, and I love Danny Trejo, so.
Didn't they put something like that together for PlayStation? Like the All-Star, or what was it, PlayStation Originals or something?
I think it was
like
Trilogy or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, I agree with Nick. I wish they put out a new Max Payne or something new. I'm tired of remake. I'm tired of remakes and remasters because it's the easy, lazy way out right now, in my opinion. So, and I guess I should change it. A remaster is a lazy way out. If you're going to remake your game from the ground up, and you're adding stuff and change stuff, then yeah, I might be interested. So if they were remaking Vice City, San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 3, then yes, I might, because they're going to change the story. They're going to change everything. But if you're just remastering it and you're polishing the same old game, I've already played it. I don't need to see a polish.
Well, I can definitely understand that. But
Rockstar crap or get off the pot already.
Hey, if that turd is still fun, then I'm going to play with that turd.
They're doing the South Park episode where they're taking the biggest Keurig crap they can. Here's a look at my turd. It's Bono.
27 Keurigs.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, especially since this report is coming out pretty soon and they're expecting to release in October. That's a short amount of time. They may have been working on these for a while now before, any reports came out about it. But I would assume that it probably hasn't been in the mix that long. So like Patrick said, they're just going to polish it up and put it out, because it's mainly according to the report, it's mainly to basically help or promote the idea of Grand Theft Auto for the release of the Grand Theft Auto 5 on Xbox and PlayStation 5. So it's kind of to bolster it's like, hey, remember Grand Theft Auto, everyone? Well, it's coming out for the new consoles.
Remember this 360 game?
Remember this old game that you're like, why do we have to keep playing this one?
You know who remembers? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
They do. They do remember. Does anybody else have anything else they want to add to this? I think we pretty much beat it down. We Rockstar.
Nope. I want to see what they're doing. How much sheen is going to be on this turd.
Right. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Thanks everyone for joining. Make sure to get the turds out and start shining because they're coming out soon. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
See ya.